Hey, this is WhyBeAre with BeamNG.drive, and today we're going to be taking a look at a map called Lizardback Trail. And this map comes with a handful of custom cars, so we're going to mostly be using those. The first one is the Lizardback Wagoneer, which is a modified version of the ETK800 series. And right here, this is really weird. So you pull out of there, and then it becomes a lot brighter than when you're in here. So when you're here, it looks like it's nighttime out there, basically. And then you pull out, it's like, oh, it's not that dark out. Also, when you pull out halfway, your car just kind of disappears for a second. And so do the props around you. Just really weird how it kind of does that funkiness right there with the lighting and the car disappearing. But then after that, you won't see anything like that again. It's just that one little section right there when you're in the building. So we're using an ETK800 on an off-road course. Is this a smart plan? No, not at all. But I figure if the car came with the map, it should be able to drive on the roads on the map, right? Well, we'll be finding out shortly. And it looks like right here we got two options. I'm going to take the one to the right because that one looks like it might be a little bit tougher than the one to the left. I see it starting to climb up the hill and stuff. And it might even be a little bit thinner. So let's see what you can do. Wagoneer. Okay, whoa. That felt really weird. I felt like I was just going to fall off the edge right there for some reason and I couldn't steer the car. And then all of a sudden it was steering anyways. Sometimes the car just tricks me. Now, you don't want to go too slow with this thing because it doesn't have the ground clearance. If we're going slow and we hit something that actually sticks out of the ground, we'll get stuck. So we really need to maintain the momentum as we drive this, which means any mistake I make is 10 times worse. Like right there, that is probably enough to actually get your car stuck if you didn't maintain your momentum through that. So let me just try to check that out. So let's say you were kind of driving up there, and yeah, right there, boom. You'd be stuck if you didn't have your momentum as you came through there. So now we got to try to maneuver through it, and apparently the car decided to go into the tree for a little bit. I don't know exactly what caused that, but this car is pulling to the right really hard now, and it was before I crashed into the tree it was pulling right, so maybe when I bottomed out a little bit I did a little bit of damage. What we got over here? We got a tree house. Well, half a tree house. You got some supplies over there to the left to finish it up since it's only half of one, and we're gonna keep trying to drive this thing even though it is so terribly beat up. That was amazing. That was amazing. Up on two wheels, cornering amazingly. I don't even need the right side of this car. Let's just make it a motorcycle. It'd be better that way because the right side is just making everything worse as it pulls over to the side. And there is a hill. Oh, well, I didn't need to go that fast, but I did need to accelerate a little bit. And we got two options here. One looks like a jump and the other is a bridge. I'm going to do the jump, and then I'm going to replace this car if I can even get to the jump properly. I'm hitting go left, but that suspension is so ruined, we cannot go to the left. I tried and failed. So let's go ahead and try this again with a car that can actually drive in a straight line, and wouldn't you know it, that made it work. Although we did damage the radiator, the question is how is the suspension? And I think it's all right. I don't notice any issues yet, but I do want to replace this car soon because we got like another 5 or 6 cars that we still need to take a look at that the map comes with. Now, none of the cars are like fully custom. They're all just modified versions of the stock cars, but I still want to get it and drive all of them. So looks like this road ends right here, which is a good time to swap this out for one of the other cars. So here's just kind of a quick look at this car from all angles since I haven't let you guys do that yet. And then we're going to pull out the ETK series because there's one of those that is the Lizardback Special. Spawn that one up. And then we're going to ask it for something that I don't know if it'll be able to do. We're going to see if it can climb this hill right here. Now, it looks pretty steep, but we got some ground clearance to it, and we got the automatic transmission ruining absolutely everything right here. So let's try to back out of this, get myself a good angle of attack once again, and try it in manual mode. If I'm in manual mode, I'm pretty sure I could do this. Okay, lined up, manual engage, first gear on, and then just floor it. The power of a manual transmission is amazing. And this one's kind of funny. It's the opposite of the other car. The other one, it had doors on the front only. This one has doors on the rear only. It's like, how does that even make sense? Did the guy just take the doors from one of the cars and slap them on the other one, even though they didn't even match in size? I don't know, it's just kind of funny. Like that car, it's like, I have a reckless disregard for the passenger's safety. This one, I have a reckless disregard for my safety. So I installed a roll cage, because the other one didn't have a roll cage. Probably should have though, considering it didn't even have doors. Alright, this feels a little bit more difficult than the roads we were driving on earlier, so it's probably a good thing I swapped to this one, because this one does feel a little bit more off-road capable. Feels like it has a little bit beefier tires for off-roading and a little bit more ground clearance. We got a choice if we want to go left or right here. I'm going left, which actually gives us a jump. And I learned you don't want to go too fast through these jumps because, oh no, that's what could happen. All right, let's just go down here then, since the road is kind of telling me to do that. And then it just meets up with the road I was driving on anyways. Perfect. So next time I see a jump, don't floor it. Just kind of cruise along, it seems like. Because both times when I went over the jumps, I went too fast and damaged the radiator. That time I did a little bit more than just radiator, though. Because I actually crashed into a tree. Seems like the angle of the jumps, though, are not very easy. Like, it's the kind of angle you got to really be on it to make that jump. And uh-oh. All right, again, I'm pretty sure we can make it with this car, but we're going to need to do a little bit of manual transmission work. We'll bring it down to the flat so we make sure we get enough momentum here. Right about there. Stop! That car did not want to stop. I'm like, parking brake on, and it just keeps going. Actually, we should reset the car first, just in case we damaged it when we were doing the off-roading earlier. And then to do this, we're going to go and just drop the clutch like that and let it go, and that was so much easier. I actually had to let up on the gas to slow down. So yeah, once again, automatic transmission has failed me at the most important time. Yeah, when you put it in manual mode, this thing feels so much faster if you just keep it in first gear like that. Is that another treehouse? Is that a treehouse I could drive under? Oh wait, that's not a treehouse at all. It's kind of like a sign, and I don't think you can really drive here. Like, that seems too thin, but we're going to try it anyways. Really don't see this working out. Come on, stay on it. Stay on it. Oh, that's not what I foresaw coming. I figured we'd fall off the edge, not get stuck like, oh, wait, we're still going. We're still going. Okay. Hey, we made it across, though. That was a little bit easier than I expected. Actually, didn't expect to make it at all, but made it the first try. Awesome. And I can't really see what's in front of me with all this bush and trees and stuff, so I gotta go pretty slow through here. Thankfully, the road's a little bit smoother than earlier, so I don't have to carry too much momentum through it. I see another hill to climb, so we get a little bit of momentum here. Ooh, there's a jump. All right, where does that jump go? Into somebody's house. I hope I do hit his house. Wouldn't that be the best? You're just sitting in your house a year after a car flew through your roof, and then once again, another guy has his car flying through your roof. And you just don't get it. Why do people keep having their cars fly through your roof? The reason? There's a jump that leads directly to your roof. That's why. So as fast as we can in first gear. Ooh! This map uses those fancy cameras I once saw in the Utah map a long time ago. Interesting. And we're not actually going to hit the house, unfortunately. We're way off of it because we didn't have nearly as much speed as I was hoping. Well, we got a cool little jump and a destroyed car. And I'm going to go ahead and bring this back up and do that once more just with a different car. Because I'm pretty sure with a faster car, we could carry more momentum through that and actually hit the house I wanted to hit. So let's use the Lizardback loaded version of the D-Series. And just to make sure we get as much speed as possible, let's go ahead and back this thing up a bit before we go forward. Can't go too far back, though, because this is kind of a twisty road. So from here, we should be able to get a little bit more speed than we got with the I-Series. And if I make sure I angle myself more towards the left, we are going to hit that house. Or at least we're going to get a lot closer than last time. Guess I don't need to hold on the accelerator anymore. Just let go of that. Now, I'm not going to hit it on the first hit, but we might be able to bounce into it. Nope, we got attacked by the tree. We were in line to hit the house, though. Wait a minute, what in the world is that? Oh, well, would you look at that? There's already a car in the house. I don't need to hit the house. Ha! I just now noticed that. All right, that works for me. That works for me perfectly fine. Anyways, we'll bring this back up to here, and ooh, that's interesting. What if I keep resetting it back more? Okay, right, since I broke the camera, I'll restart the map and try to find where I was previously. Well, that's unexpected. I actually restarted the map, and that was not enough to fix this. I'm going to have to entirely restart the game to get the camera set up right again. Okay, so I found the jump we were just doing over there, and then I went ahead and grabbed the Lizardback version of the Covette, which is yet another vehicle that comes with this map. And this one seems like it's going to be the least off-road capable one we've driven up until this point because it doesn't seem to have that much extra ground clearance or real big fat tires like the I-Series we were driving earlier had, so I don't expect this thing to last for long. And then we're going to swap it once again because there's still a handful of cars we haven't done yet. It comes with quite a few of them. And if we keep going straight, we're actually going to have to cross the mountain peak again kind of thing, which I did not like doing. So is that a road right there? Looks like it is. So let's try driving down there, which is really, really steep. Parking brake on. Parking brake on. Car, stop, stop, stop. You can't stop it. You just got to control it as it slides down the hill. And is this really a road after all? I don't know if this is actually a road. Is this like something in case you fall off, you don't really fall off unless you do something like that kind of situation? Oh, this thing sucks. It can't get over the little lip right there. Forget this car. I'm going to dump it in the hole and get something else. Definitely the least off-road capable vehicle we've driven. So let's try that section again with a different vehicle. So let's go with, come to a stop first. Okay, let's go with the Bishu Pessima Lizardback Battle Car. And I really don't expect this to be much better than the car I was just driving. But the car I was just driving was not doing well from the very start. So I decided, you know what? Let's just try something else. Like coming to a stop down there, not happening. But it could actually go up the hill because it has a little bit beefier of tires compared to the other one. Awesome. Okay, that looks steep. We're going to swap to manual mode to try to give it a shot going up that. And with it being just front wheel drive, that is a serious struggle for it. So let's just go ahead and say bye-bye. Bye-bye. That means fall into the hole. There we go. And then we'll swap it for something else. So let's change it out for, wait for it to finish crashing. All right, let's change it out for a bolide because there is a bolide for this map, which I would assume would be awful except for a situation like that. I think it would be pretty good there. So we're going to bring it back up the hill and, oh, right inside of the bridge. That's not what I wanted. Teleport it there, reset it. And then let's see. Can you get up that? I figure you have enough power to do that, right? It has the power, but not the traction. All right, what if we coast backwards a bit and then try again? It's actually really hard to go backwards because of the camera always wanting to look at this direction. Like, what good is that telling me what's behind me? It's like backing up your car with not even looking behind you. It's stupid and reckless. So here we go, try number 2. We're going to rev it up, just launch it basically, and then use that little bit of momentum we have to fail once again. So yeah, this is probably just as bad as the Corvette we were driving earlier. And I believe that is all of the vehicles that come with the map, aside from an alternative version of the truck called Old Reliable, which has like no body panels at all. Oh, come on. If no vehicle can make it up this hill, this would be the most deceptive hill in the history of hills. Because it doesn't even look that difficult, and I was just driving kind of weird vehicles as I was assuming. And then you pull out like a regular truck, and this thing doesn't have brakes or something. Or something like that. You saw me. The parking brake was lit. And it just kept going. Look, parking brake on, in neutral. It can stop, but it doesn't have a parking brake. Okay. See, I use the parking brake when I actually want to stop the car, just because when you use automatic and try to come to a stop, you'll end up shifting in the reverse and then driving backwards for a few seconds, which is always a pain. Anyways, I think if we actually hop down here, though, that's back where we started, which is kind of interesting. So we made a loop of the place, but we definitely haven't driven every road on the place. Poor truck. That did a ton of damage for how gentle it looked. Like, it was a pretty big fall, but I didn't think it'd do that much. I guess the fact that it doesn't have any body panels doesn't help it much. But right here, though, here's the deceptive house. It's dark. No, it's bright. It's dark. No, it's bright. So let's try to find some roads we haven't driven on. Actually, that was quite easy. There's some roads to the left of where you start that we haven't driven on at all. So let's just teleport back into here like we were here the whole time, doing everything according to plan. And then, because it's like what we did to start, back to the Swagoneer, which is on its side, upside down. Well, not upside down, but it's not right side up. So instead of going right, we're going to go left. And I crashed because I couldn't see. I literally could not see that. I had a good idea of where my car was, but I didn't know that was there. And that fire is bright looking. Like, you are far away from it and you can still see it. It's kind of funny. All right, let's try this hill right here. It looks a little bit more difficult than the one on the left. Doesn't go anywhere any different, does it? Yes, it does. Okay, this is different. Where do you go, little hill? Too fast. Gonna crash. Calm myself and control myself. Is that the house where I was trying to crash into the roof? It is, huh? So that was really close to spawn. It just took me forever to get there because of the way I was looping around. How funny. This map really kind of spins you around, makes you a little disoriented. Like, I didn't realize where I was any of that time. I thought I was way away from spawn, and I wasn't. We'll just keep driving on the basic road then for a little bit. See where it goes. I call it the basic road because it's not like the tighter ones or the steep ones. It's just a normal road. Oh, what's that? This is not the way we should transition from one road to the next, so we're going to do it anyways. It actually worked. Awesome. Oh, radiator damage. Got to slow it down just a bit and then floor it the whole way. We're going to crash at the end of this. Didn't do that much damage. I expected to be going a lot faster, I guess. Alright, now we'll actually drive across it at a reasonable speed. Probably going a little too fast through here. Oh, that's not the route. That is not the route. Just kidding. This is where I wanted to go. I wanted to go to the beach. It's actually not even the beach. It just looks like sand from above, and the camera angle is so bad you couldn't tell that there was an ocean there. That's the beach. Silly WhyBeAre, you can't even tell what the beach is. Hey, this actually goes to the beach, doesn't it? Well, no it doesn't. It just looked like it would. Another treehouse. Treehouse, treehouse, treehouse. Too busy looking at the treehouse. There we go, I'm finally at the beach. There's actually some roads kind of embedded on the beach, so we could drive on that. As long as this thing still drives somewhat straight. Close enough. Feels like it's pulling a little bit to the right. Up, sand is grabby. Can't forget that fact that sand will grab you and fling you about. So you got to make sure when you're cornering, you got to slow down some. So I guess right here we're basically just driving around the outskirts of the map, and oh, that looks hard for this car. Man, that radiator just wants to be damaged. Oh my goodness, what happened to my rear tire right there? Like, I didn't even hear a crashing sound. I just looked down, my tire is just like... I don't even know how to describe it to you if you're blind. It is just caved in, basically. I'm surprised it's still driving, to be honest with you. Like, usually if the tire's that caved in, it won't drive. But this thing is still putting down the power. Maybe even better than before, ironically enough. Nah, maybe we were just on easy roads. Go to the left, because I think we could at least conquer that. Oh, come on. That left tire is going to kill me here. Come on, left tire. Do something. Alright, the normal car, we have definitely been able to make that. This one, struggling because of that tire. So, bye-bye, car. Oh, how funny. The tire that fell off wasn't even the damaged one. It was the good one. Now we have two ruined ones. Oh, well. Up we go once again, and this time let's swap the car out once more for an I-Series. And I'm pretty sure there's only one version of the I-Series. If I can actually click I-Series before the car rolls off the cliff. I was trying to do it fast because the car was starting to roll. Yeah, bad idea there. So replace the one we got. And then carefully drive. Carefully. Yeah, I almost just fall right off the cliff after I say careful. Yeah, WhyBeAre, that was so careful. If you have a reckless disregard for everything, it was careful, maybe. There's a jump. Gun it. Oh, another one of those cameras. Alright, where's this one going? Is it going in another dude's house? Nope, just kind of going into the mountain, basically. Oh, there was another jump I could have hit if I was lined up right, but that thing just slams you into the trees, it looks like. Or maybe there is a way through it. Because I see another jump on the other side to land on. Let's see if I'm at a better angle. Can I look through that? Yo, you can fly over the trees because they're short. Okay. Kind of hard to get up to speed on this side, it looks like. What's the other side look like? Oh, that's the side to go from. So we'll teleport the car over here and try that out. I wonder if this one will have a fancy camera because it is a bit of a longer jump. So we'll just floor it and hope we can clear that tree right in the middle. We could have cleared it, but I was a little bit too much to the side, so we'll try it once more. Gotta go a little bit more left with the car. So like that, cleared it, perfect. A little bit too fast for the landing, but we made it across, which is all I was really attempting to do. And I think I saw one more jump when I was kind of flying around looking for the one we were at earlier when the game kind of messed up with the camera I want to find. And I have no idea where it is, so I'll be back when I find that jump. Alright, so I found the jump I was thinking of, and where is this jump exactly? Well, I can't explain it to you because I don't know where spawn is at this point in time. I am super lost, but I have my jump. So it's kind of neat because you go through the building and then out of the building and then you hit the jump. And it also has the fancy camera angle like the other ones we saw earlier. And ooh, I bet if I went a little bit more left on that, I could have hit the house. And you know me, I've been wanting to hit a house this whole time. Maybe now we'll actually get to. Now, before I reset the car, I'm going to make sure I wait for the fancy camera angle to stop. Okay, it's not going to stop. Interesting. All right, but we're good. It didn't glitch out. So that's all I care is that it doesn't glitch out. So I think I also might want to go a tad slower. We hit that jump at maybe like just under 40 miles per hour for this one. That was about 35-ish. A little slower than I wanted, but we should be able to hit that house. Yeah, finally hitting a house from the air. Not in the roof, but I will gladly take that. If we reset the car, we're back up here. So let's try it one more time and hit the roof. Because I'll take the first one, but boy, would it look cool if I hit the roof. And now I know exactly how to do that, hopefully. It is a pretty precise thing, though. So that was like 37. Might be a little bit too much to the left. I don't know. I am coming. Yep, way too much to the left. Well, can't say I didn't try. And then I also saw another jump when I was flying to this jump. So I'm going to go fly to that jump. And when I find that one, we'll have probably another fancy camera angle for it. And then we'll be done with the video. And while looking for that road, I found something else that looks pretty cool. It's just the way the road wraps around the building like that. I thought that was cool. Once again, I can't actually explain where we are, but I did find the jump. And you don't have much room to get up to speed on this one, so we're going to go pretty slow. But there's a building right below this, and I'm hoping we nail it in the roof. Yeah, off the tree, onto the roof. That was beautiful. And I think that'll do it for this video. So until next time, this has been WhyBeAre, and I'm going to leave you guys with a big old zoom out of the map because it is a pretty decently sized map. You notice there's an island over there. There's nothing actually on that, but this whole inner island section is all stuff to drive on. Anyways, as I said, till next time, WhyBeAre. Bye-bye.